So let's just dive right in here. This is actually a follow-up from Sunday night a couple days ago. I got very faint and I had to stop the show. I'm sorry. So let me connect with you over here directly. Good evening. So it got a little more busy than I was used to recently. Hello, Sarah over there. How are things, Sarah? So tonight it's 5:30 p.m. in Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. I am broadcasting from over here. It's where we are right now, and the show was going okay. Last night we did a few readings, and as usual, they were just all over the place, out of the blue. Who could tell? Who could honestly tell? You know, the nature of the readings until you get into it. I mean, I get really baffled and shocked at sometimes. Oh, there she is. I'm just about to announce you. So Leslieli, tonight this is just going to be a follow-up recording live so that we can catch up from Sunday and you can get your reading, okay? And I'm sorry I was sick. I'm still pretty sick, but I'm okay enough to do the reading. I'm not well, but I'm doing as well as I can. Let's put it that way. In some ways, I'm doing really, really well. It's just the balance. It's just the perspective. It's just how you catch me at the moment in time. Whoa. Hey, Sarah. Tomorrow I'm doing an international presentation. Okay. It's late night and I'm preparing. Wish me luck. Oh my God. Hold on. Let's connect a little bit here. I'll be right there, Sarah. So also Melany, I don't know if you're around, but I owe you a reading as well. You said to wait until next week, maybe, but it's really important that I feel like I need to take care of this now, because I don't know I don't know what condition I'm going to be in next week. So I've been, doing what I can just to get this little thing together here. And as much as I love doing all of this, no more bookings here tonight. Anything that you put in for donations, it's just donations to keep the channel going. I'm not doing any more readings. It's just 2 readings here tonight. One for Leslieli, one for Melany, okay? So, congratulations, Sarah. It sounds quite exciting. Sorry, I'm kind of a mess. I want this to just, carry on from Sunday. So Sarah, you're over there in Benghazi, in Libya. Is that correct? It's amazing. Your English language skills are excellent. There you go. All right, so let's get over here. I got to get to work, so let's get over to the stage so we can actually do this. All right, first up is Leslieli. And I took some notes. I went back into the other video and I found a couple of notes. It says here, Leslieli says, "How's my love life going with a Virgo friend? Anything new coming?" Okay. Well, let's have a look. Let's just have a look here. Leslieli, as you know, I do private consultations as well. These are a lot of fun. I love doing the live things. I love using my mini situational spread. In a full-blown reading, I would be using the Crucible spread. I have my own customized Crucible spread where you can go very deep in with 2 very specific people, All right, cheers. Thirsty work. Oh wow, that sounds really cool. Society of Applied Geologists and Engineers. Oh my God, that is awesome. That is awesome, Sarah. I often look on my I have a little smartphone, and I love my smartphone, and it sends me all sorts of things that are of interest to me because Google has the predictive algorithm. And I get lots of things to do with like geology and archaeology because it's fascinating stuff. And crazy things going on across the world, like with the rivers that are sinking, and then they see these old cities, old towns, old houses that used to be flooded underwater for years or centuries. And all sorts of stuff. Like, anyway, there you go. It sounds fun. So, by the way, Sarah, if you want to share more, you can always go to the email. I'll show you on the stage. Actually, I think I have your email anyway. But this is the Terra Lumination email over here. In case you want to go into anything in detail, we can work it out, okay? Alright, so Leslieli, are we still okay with these notes here? How's my love life going with a Virgo friend? And anything new coming, okay? Wow, Sarah, this is pretty awesome. Thank you so much. I will definitely be checking this out. SAGE. Okie doke, I will do that. Hold on, I'm actually going to make a post-it note. Alright, so I'll get to that later after the show. Thank you, Sarah. This is exciting. Okay, so we're good to go on this. Alright, so let's just dive right in. I'm going to put this over here so we have a little bit more room. And everything we shuffled up. Yeah, Sunday night was very strange. We were just sort of cruising along like we do, and then suddenly I started to feel very strange, and I just had to bust out really quickly. I'm so sorry about that, everybody. Now, cards were already shuffled at the end, but I'm going to do it again so that we are totally tuned in. So let's bless this deck, bless every single card, bless the cameras, the technology, the lighting, the microphones, all the digital multiple layers of softwares that I have to use to do this, and all the cables, the electricity, the platform, all of it. It's just a freaking miracle that we can do any of this at all. Alright, here we go. Let's put this over here. I'll be right back. Give me a second. I gotta just adjust something here. Alright. Thank you. Alright, excellent. Oh, by the way, just out of curiosity, you might enjoy this, Sarah, because I think it gets pretty hot over there in Benghazi. Right now here in Las Vegas, USA, outside the front of the house, it is about 124 degrees Fahrenheit. It was about 51 degrees centigrade. Okay? Just for everybody, just for fun, this is the temperature in Las Vegas right now, outside the house. It's cooler in other parts. It's even hotter in Death Valley. But right now, that's what it is. It's very scary stuff. All right. Oh look, Love Triber showed up. Just for fun. Yeah, that's hot. So Leslieli, you might just end up getting a secondary reading on the side here. Looks like over there in the chat. If Love Triber showed up, sometimes she just likes to do these spontaneous mini readings on the hot. Oh look, here we go. They're hard at it. So you guys do your stuff in the chat. I'll get on with the reading, okay? Cards are well shuffled. Thank you very much. I'm doing a big break here to really make sure everything's crystal clear. Leslieli, if you've been here enough times, you know how I do my situational spread. It's an analytical tool. It's a diagnostic tool. It helps you. On this channel, it's all about the healing, really. I mean, it sounds like, oh, tarot and astrology, but it's really about healing, okay? So, this is a diagnostic tool. I know it sounds crazy, but that's what we do. And it helps us to reveal something for the healing, like an unresolved situation or a situation where we need illumination, okay? So here's the situation, here's the challenges, here's how we're going to handle it. Now this is going to be a broad spectrum reading because there's a lot going on here. How's my love life going with a Virgo friend? Anything new coming? Okay, let's have a look here. Well, if you're a Leo with a moon in Taurus, then you are definitely affected by the planets right now. I'm not going to do an astrodoodle, but as you know, Uranus is in Taurus, 18 degrees, right in the middle. So it's very powerful right now, and it is affecting the Taurus part of your life, which is to do with, physical substance. Moon in Taurus is a very, very earthy, sensual, grounded type of energy. I would say highly intuitive to like the three-dimensional aspects of life. And the sun in Leo is, of course, very bold, brave, and courageous in its optimal form. Very creative, ideal for self-expression, business, enterprise, adventure, romance, love, creativity, pregnancy, and business enterprise, and creative self-expression like actors and writers and producers in the movie and TV world, and musicians, pop star. If you've got really, really, really strong Leo elements, then that's perfect for like being on stage and being in the limelight and being a strong leadership type of person. So let's have a look. That was it. I just mentioned it because we still have a very powerful T-square on the Aquarius, Leo, Taurus angles, okay? Okay, some notes here. It says, everything around me at work is funky. There's a lot of stress. Love life is interesting for me so far. Excellent. Let's keep it. Let's have a look. So, we've got the Six of Swords here. My feeling is that take things very, very lightly right now, okay? Because I don't know how to say this. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, okay, Leslieli? But the way the world is going on right now, the way the planets are aligned, and the way people are behaving, what I'm sensing from this is it's a very unusual message I'm getting, is that be prepared to live in a very light way, like be. Okay, I'm just gonna have to get over here. Sorry, hold on. When I'm seeing the Six of Swords like this for you in this particular reading, it's not a conventional reading, of course, what I do here, but what I'm feeling is that it's an indication of very, very soft, gentle message from your invisible friends. And you could, I don't want to try and back it up with the planets right now because I'm not using the astrodoodle. And the way I'm interpreting this is that it's like your invisible friends, your guardian angels, your loved ones from beyond, your pets from beyond, your friends, family, and everything who've gone beyond, or even those from the future, the ones that love you, they are around you, and it makes me feel as though they want you to know that life is a very fleeting thing. It goes like that. Have you ever heard this kind of joke thing? Like, life is like a roll of toilet paper. The nearer that you get to the end, the faster it goes. Okay? And with a Leo sun, you should probably want to really enjoy life. And that would be a natural tendency for you. It's just like you're naturally born to be happy, to enjoy life, to radiate life and share life and be magnificent. Okay? And with the moon in Taurus, you might have a strong tendency to want a very stable home life and a very sensual. You might have, like, your internal sensitivities might be very tactile, physical, like you would need a lot of reassurance that everything's okay in your world financially and materially, like with housing, shelter, family, money, career, anything to do with money and stability. And anything that disrupts that could feel very, very unsettling for you. And it's almost like the worst thing you could do is to hold on really, really tight to what you consider to be your physical reality, because there's so much stuff changing right now, okay? So, with the Six of Wands here, my feeling is that right now it might help, really, really help to, like, say, keep your options open. Hold on, let me see the notes here. I'm trying to catch up with your notes. You're already typing stuff in the chat. I wasn't aware. No, we are friends. He just admitted to having a crush on me after rejecting me. So he's back again, okay? Makes sense. So, options are good. That's nice. Yes, I'm worried about that homework and balance. Okay, so what I'm sensing is that if you can, you might have to force it a little bit, because your natural tendency might want to be things to be really locked down and firm and solid, and everything is set in a certain way, because the Leo energy is very fixed. The Taurus energy is very fixed. Those energies don't like to be disrupted. On the other hand, the indication here for me as a message to you is that be prepared to be very, very light on your feet, where, like, if circumstances are changing with job, career, love, relationships, home, possibilities for changes in any of that, like relocation with people, jobs, career, please keep your options open and live in such a way that you have very little baggage. The least amount of baggage. You know that expression, baggage? Oh, that chick, she's got a lot of baggage. You don't want to have a lot of baggage. But I'm not talking about physical baggage as well, but also like spiritual, mental, emotional, psychological baggage. Right now, it would really, really help to have a quick snapshot of your life, look around, and try and figure out what is it that I really don't need. And then just let it go. Put it in a yard sale. Sell it. Get rid of it. And be prepared to move, shift, change very quickly, very easily, and very gently as needed. Allow your intuition to work for you. I'm not saying you just gotta hop out of your existing world and jump into something else. All I'm suggesting is be prepared to live in a very, very light way. When I used to have tenants, I would advertise, like, here is a room over here in my place. It's perfect for a single person with a laptop, a suitcase, and a backpack. That's kind of the energy that I'm talking about. All right? All right, let's get on with the actual reading. So what's the situation? Okay, bit of a juggling match. I don't know if you've got other romantic interests, or you've got options in the work field with career, or what's coming, anything new coming. Maybe we're already moving beyond the idea of love and relationships if the relationship dynamics are, let's say, very flexible and light, and there's no really serious heavy commitments. What I'm sensing is that with this Two of Pentacles, we're really picking up on the energy of your moon in Taurus and how it's under tremendous pressure from well, it's actually Venus in Leo, which is about relationships and stuff, and the Saturn in Aquarius. My concern would be Saturn in Aquarius. So it looks to me like the situation right now is to, I would say, take advantage of all these retrogrades in the planets. We've got Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. And if you feel that there's anything that can go wrong, and then it will go wrong, and also anything that can go wrong will go wrong. So please, it's almost like the best thing you could do is allow that to happen. Like if you're trying to hold on to a life situation and you're desperate and you want things to be a certain way, that would be that would really impede you. And instead, again, with the theme I'm feeling over here is be prepared to be very, very, very light on your feet and juggle your circumstances every day. Make sure that you are as financially stable and sound as possible in yourself. You know, like getting as far away from things like mortgages, credit cards, college loans, car payments, all that kind of stuff. If you can find a way to consolidate your life and balance it out, balance your finances, and live in a very, very, very light, gentle way, you can benefit from that. And that can actually help you in your love life, because a lot of people look for stability, financial stability and security in their love life and in other people. Like people chase money, you know. What do they call them? Gold diggers. It works both ways. Guys are constantly looking for women who are very strong. In America, there's a lot of women who are very capable with money and jobs, and there's a lot of guys who are really failing and losing in that department. So you get gold digger guys, but you also get gold digger women, and none of that is appropriate for you, Leslieli. I think it's very important right now that you get yourself into a position where You balance the books on your life, financially and everything, materially. Get your physicality in order. Like, are you living beyond your means? Is your shelter, is your accommodation too expensive for you? Okay. And if so, be prepared to really lighten up, downsize, and live in a very, very simple way. Okay? And then reconsider the love life and the relationships. It's almost like the worst thing you could do is get locked in or bogged down with like work, career, relationships, when there is so much shifting going on. Because who knows what some lover, friend, or new lover, new friend may do. And what are they going to really be like? It's really important right now that you take care of your business, all about you. What's the challenges here? Okay, it looks to me like there's a little bit of fear of letting go. It's understandable. Everyone has that. It's the fear of the unknown. Now, Uranus in Taurus would relate very closely to this for you. And the moon in Taurus could represent your sensitivities, where you could be frightened about things coming unglued or unstable. And because I already said it, Leos don't like instability. Tauruses certainly don't like instability. They love stability, comfort, money, all that sweet stuff. And a sweet, loving, comfortable, well-balanced relationship. Okay? And so given what we were talking about here, deep down in examining your situation right now, I would say I'm not saying you're biting your fingernails, but it's almost that's what I felt here. I don't mean to be rude, but it's just an analogy, okay? But what I felt is a little bit of like this, like, oh God, how are things going in my love life? Anything new coming along? A lot of anxiety, it's like I would love to know exactly what's going on, how, why, when, where, and who, so that I don't have to worry. Does that make sense? Why don't I get a reading from Tarot Lumination? Then I can get the answers. Then I can stop worrying. Okay, get it? But I'm not a fortune teller. All I can do is give some guidance and some revelations and messages. So let's go back, okay? So what I'm sensing is that deep down, you already know that there's a very kind of fluid environment going on right now. There's a lot of stuff shifting and changing in the world finances, finances and money and job opportunities for younger people, middle people, older people. Huge astronomical shifts in global politics and economics. And whether you're interested in that stuff, it kind of doesn't matter, but you will be affected. And you might be sensing a lot of these shifts and changes that we're talking about, and you might be sensing like, wow, I really do need to downsize my life and streamline my life so I have the least amount of debt possible, the maximum amount of cash, money, and stability and reserves, but mostly like in my pocket, rather than sofas and TVs and cars and whatever. So with the Fool over here, to me it's an indication that there's a little bit or maybe quite a lot of anxiety about what does the future look like, and am I going to have to uproot myself with a job, a location, love life, a relationship, a new relationship. That's a lot of instability. Well, guess what? Uranus in Taurus is all about instability for Taurus, okay? I know you're a Leo sun, but when you have that kind of 90-degree thing going on with the sun and the moon, it's a very strong energy. So I'm factoring the moon energy in here very, very strongly, especially because you are female, okay? All right, now what are we going to do about this? Okay, let's do it this way, Leslieli. the way forward is to, let's just say you get some understanding out of this and you think, oh, okay, I know what you're talking about, TL. I get it. I think I know what this is about. I get it with like jobs, money, people, lovers, career, location, friends, family, and all that. I get it. Thank you very much, Tarot Illumination. So what are we going to do? The message is downside. Do not get involved in heavy, deep commitments to anything with money, love, or relationship, okay? Keep things very, very light. Because right now, with this card, mostly what is very, very important is that you do what makes you happy, okay? It's very, very important. I'm not saying turn yourself into a megalomaniac narcissist and ignore everyone and everything around you. All I'm suggesting with the Nine of Cups here is grant yourself permission to like close your eyes and dream of what you would really want, what you would really like, as opposed to what's just happening around you. Allow yourself to visualize that. Sometimes they call this the wish card. And start to maybe put it on a bits of paper, like, oh my God, I'd love to live right by the ocean, or oh my gosh, I'd love to live in the mountains, or I'd love to have a different job, a new boyfriend, a new lover or something. Make a list of like 9 very specific things, like a wish list. And make that, and give yourself permission to dream about that and allow that like a portal to come to you so that you can be happy. The most important thing is that you make conscious, deliberate decisions on the understandings of what we were talking about here. No matter how scared you might be of the future or where it might be leading, you still make conscious, deliberate decisions to only do what works for you, what makes you truly, deeply happy inside. Because ultimately, maybe not in the immediate future, ultimately, that's what's going to be best for you, which is going to be best for your immediate surroundings, your loved ones, new boyfriends, and all that kind of stuff. So if you think of yourself as your own miniature center of the universe, and you're made in the image of God and all of that stuff, it's very, very important that you nurture yourself, treat yourself, love thyself. Love thyself. From there, you can be loving and be loved. It all starts with you. Everything starts with you. Love thyself. Give yourself permission to be happy. Give yourself permission. In fact, make it a #1 priority. It's time for me to be happy with my life about me. You don't have to, sit wondering, looking out the window like, I wonder how happy they are. How are they doing? How are they doing? Like, what do I think I need to be happy? Should I just, see what happens with a boyfriend or, a job or whatever? No. We need to really, let's say, turn it around with these aspects on the big T square, because it's been lingering for a long time. Okay, the Aquarius, Leo, Taurus T square. You might as well take advantage of it instead of letting yourself be freaked out and stressed by it. Learn some lessons from it and go forward, and give yourself permission to actually put yourself first. Like, wow, I've never thought about life that way. Wow. What do I really want? Am I just living off autopilot? Am I living off expectations of other people, or social, political expectations? So, to me, it feels like it's really important. Like, you get in front of a mirror and kind of go like, wow. Let's say, who are you really? Who am I really? What do I really want? What am I doing? Who, what, when, why, where, and how. Okay? Got to fill in the blanks for all of that. And get some clarity and figure out what really makes me happy. Do you like being with, do you like helping people? Do you like very challenging, exciting work situations? do you have any ambitions in the creative arts? You know, something like, whatever it is. Just allow yourself to open up, to blossom, literally like a flower in bloom. Allow yourself to do that, and then write it down very, very quickly. Like, wow, I never thought about myself or my life that way. Well, now that I've thought about myself and my life that way, what am I going to do about that? Yeah. Make it your business, okay? All right, I think that's all I can read for you. I hope that helps you, Leslieli. And, keep in touch. Drop in every now and again. I love having you at the show. Thank you so much. All right, I know I go babbling on with my readings sometimes. Just 4 little cards, but, when we open the portals to the great beyond and we allow access to our invisible friends, it's like a spectacular IMAX movie out there, okay? Leslieli, thank you so much. I'm glad you were here. Melanie McCall, I don't recall seeing you on the chat here tonight, so we're just going to do it, okay? You have this sweet, cute little tiny icon image picture in the chat when you do show up, and I think it paid in Canadian dollars. So let's just say you're up there in Canada, in Canada, and the land of really good people, but you've got a freaking prime minister who's out of his box. I'm sorry, I feel really sad for Canadians. It's really bad stuff going on up there. The Canadian people are being treated like they're... it's insulting. The way the Canadian people, the Canadian population, are being treated is insulting by your guy. What's his name? Justin. To me, he's a despicable piece of slime. I don't know if you like him or not, Melanie, but to me, he is a slime ball of the highest order, and he's now recognized on the world stage by people like me as a slime ball of the highest order. And he's taking full advantage of his power and his position. He's as you know, he's a puppet of the world, all that. I don't want to even talk about it, but he's a puppet. Okay, he is doing the bidding of the globalists, and it's very bad news for the average Canadian. Those globalists, they think they're coming to save you. They're actually trying to put you in lockup. It's going to be a virtual prison camp. And they've already started here in America. I just got notes from Love Triber that here, Melanie, I'm actually talking to you directly, that here in America, at the end of this year and all next year and then into 2024, we're going to go through this transition with money. It's like money we've never seen before. It's called CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currencies. It's where the money that people receive in their bank accounts and money that they have to pay out all goes through the central bank. It's absolutely terrifying, and it's basically what they're already doing in China. And what it means is they can completely, utterly control you as if they have a choke collar around your neck. Okay? If they don't like the kind of food that you're buying or the places that you like to drive or visit, they can shut you down and crush your social credit score. If you say anything bad about the government, they will lock up your ability to spend money, and so on and so on. It's absolutely, it's evil. It's pure evil on a scale never seen before. And they're going to make it dressed up, all look fancy and nice, and like, we're here to save you and make your life smooth. Hello, Ivona. I'm doing a catch-up reading tonight. This is a follow-up from Sunday because I really passed out. I couldn't function. And we had 2 more readings. I just read for Leslieli, and now I'm reading for Melanie. Melanie's not here, but she said on the chat in the last video to just do a live reading. Okay, so here we go. I gotta shuffle it up. Actually, give me a few moments. I need to shuffle up. I need a few seconds here. Okay, so give me a few moments. Alright, I just paused it. There we go. I just put on the brakes and we're going to dive right in. Melanie, I'm hoping that you get some kind of notification on your phone, tablet, laptop, whatever, and you'll get to see this. Hopefully it'll show up next Sunday, and if you haven't seen this, then I will just remind you next Sunday, and then you can scroll back on the YouTube channel here and you will find your reading. There you go. Alright, cards are well shuffled now. You are a witness. Thank you very much. Same old universal situational spread. Tried, tested, and true. Copyright. Tarot Lumination. Alright, Melanie. I had my little rant about Canada. I hope you're doing okay. Here's the situation. Here's the challenges. Here's how we're going to handle it. And let's have a look at surrounding influences for you too. Remember, I haven't made up an astrodoodle for tonight, but I can tell you that there's a lot of squares and oppositions that are dominating. But of course that will change. Moon is in Libra, I believe, at the moment, and that will change soon. Right now we have Five of Pentacles. So my feeling is that it's important to watch your relationships very carefully. Choose your friends wisely. Okay? It's to me this card feels very, very serious. Some people would say it's about money, it's about resources, about long-term wealth and happiness, about retirement or whatever. And people sometimes seem to, I don't know, they don't consider the relationship dynamics. And sometimes when I look at this, it reminds me of Los Angeles, where I was living, because billionaires hang out with billionaires, millionaires with millionaires, compassionate people with compassionate people, druggies hang out with druggies, poor, destitute, broken people hang out with poor, destitute, broken people. I'm not saying that's you. All I'm suggesting is that it's important to look at your world around you, understand that in this 3D physical world, resources are limited. Number one, time. We only have a certain specific amount of time on this planet. Who knows what your shelf life is? Who knows? Maybe you'll live to 100. Okay? Time is an extremely valuable resource. Number two, your health. Okay? Some people would say, your wealth is in your health. Okay? Without that, I learned that from Kelly Rosano. What other resources? Time, health, good food and diet. good shelter, home, family, and relationships. And of course, money itself. And almost everything that we do in life involves relationships. Human beings are highly social creatures, and it's actually extremely hard for a human individual to survive absolutely and utterly on their own. And like it or not, we do choose our environment and our friends, relationships, and so on as we go through life. And sometimes it's very, very static and fixed. Sometimes it's highly flexible. Anything's possible. People can rise to the top in money, career, and whatever, and then they can crash for whatever reason. Their own fault, someone else's fault, the fault of another country, sabotage, bankruptcy, whatever it is. Okay? But in this particular case, what I'm sensing for you, Melany, is that I'm trying to be a bit diplomatic here. It's really important that you choose your friends, associates, loved ones, lovers wisely. And also have a look at your relationships. What kind of people have you attracted to yourself in your life? And what kind of people have attracted you into their lives? Okay? And if there's a theme of impoverishment or fragility in the worldly terms, like I don't have enough money, I never seem to be able to find a nicer place to live, I'm always struggling with debt, I'm not sure about jobs and career, I don't know who's going to be a good mate person for me, am I with a good person, did I make mistakes? We've got these 5 retrogrades right now, so this would be a really, really good time to do an evaluation, okay? A serious evaluation. And with the oppositions, there's quite a few oppositions right now, so think of relationships. Like, what are the weak points in your relationships? Where are you fragile in relationships? Is there anybody in your life, in your world, who represents, like, no insult, but like a weak link, where either they are an impediment to you, no insult, or they are weak and fragile in their own way, and they might be leaning on you, or vice versa. You might be weak and fragile in your own way, leaning on someone else who maybe not be fully capable of taking that on. But what tends to happen, it's just like what I saw, like in LA, where I used to live. I had a place right on the beach, and it was so tragic. But it's sort of like the Five of Pentacles images. Like, some people were highly intelligent, but life turned to SHIT. And so they're living on the streets. They've got broken arms, broken legs, broken homes. They're living living with a blanket, a bottle of water, a very dirty tent, and they're trying to hang out with other homeless people trying to survive, because homeless people know things that other homeless people who are new at being homeless don't know about. And so they learn, they huddle together. Birds of a feather flock together. And so I would take a very close look at your associations right now and see if you can identify any fragility, any kind of weakness when it comes to worldly stability, like money, job, career, whatever it is. You can't afford to be in that situation, because it's almost like saying you need to become acutely aware of your own fragilities right now. Where are you weak in terms of your personal welfare? That means shelter, water, food, finance, clothing, relationships. Very, very important to have healthy relationships, things like that. So those are external influences, external messages that are coming. I'm coming from different angles, and I'm not trying to scare you, but it's really important that you have a clear understanding about your reality right now, okay? And then what are we going to do about it? Here's the situation itself. Okay, now Melanie, for example, if you are feeling lost or deluded or depressed about anything, that needs to be identified. If you're hanging out with people who are lost, deluded, depressed or anything, that needs to be identified and admitted. Especially if it's at the extreme levels, like druggies of some kind, like alcohol, cocaine, meth, tobacco, weed, fentanyl, cocaine, all of that stuff. If you are, I would say, even slightly involved with that yourself, or involved with it indirectly because of people that you hang out with or people that you know in your work or friends or family, it needs to be understood that this is probably not a healthy thing, okay? Because it can put you in a situation where you end up lost. Oh, what am I supposed to do? What the bleep am I supposed to do? And then that feeling of not knowing what to do can trigger more and more desires for self-medication, self-intoxication. And that's a very quick, easy fix. I know I had to deal with that for a long time. And in a way, in the end, it was kind of self-destructive. But it's also like a coping mechanism. So if you're in a situation where yourself or people close to you are self-medicating, let's just be polite about it. Let's just call it self-medicating a little bit or a lot. That's probably not good for you. Okay? It's probably good to understand, like you might love to get high every day or something, and maybe your buddies do, whatever that is. Then that's fine. Okay. But it's very, very escapist. And what it looks to me like right now is you need to be aware that there's so many fragilities out there. A lot of people can't afford an escapist strategy to get through life. You got to do a deep self-examination and understand like identify the resources, the key resources that really count, like what I talked about in the beginning of the reading. Okay. Okay, so what's the problems here? Okay, it makes me feel as though you might be locked into relationship situations that are very kind of karmic and from the past life. Some people, they call this like the past life relationship card sometimes. And you might be in an actual love relationship that has certain characteristics that I've been talking about here. Like if you love someone very much or they love you very much, and that's great and whatever, but it has strong indications of karma or karmic past life type themes where you feel very strongly bound to somebody, but you know it's not healthy or not good for you. You might love them, they might love you, but ultimately it might be very unhealthy, and it's you get locked into a situation where, I mean, it's a very, very common, easy mistake to make. Please don't think I'm like pointing fingers or judging, because a lot of people live in various degrees of this type of relationship or selfhood. And sometimes you don't even know it's happening until something really bad happens. And you get these two parties that are essentially impoverishing each other because they're not ready, willing, or able to deal with the hard facts and the reality of their world and their life and the decisions that they've made in their life up to this point. So what are we going to do about it now going forward, okay? So if you are frightened that you're stuck or you might be attracted to like repeating love relationships or situations, partnerships that seem to repeat with these themes that aren't necessarily really optimal or healthy for you, this needs to be acknowledged. And I guess that's why we do these tarot readings, you know. Got to reveal it to heal it. So how are we going to deal with this going forward here? You might have to be very careful, because if you decide like, oh my God, TL, I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh my God, I wish I hadn't bought this reading after all. Oh God. Ouch, ouch, ouch. What are we going to do about it? And if you suddenly come to like this little spontaneous awakening thing, please don't be surprised about that. With Uranus and Taurus, things can be extremely spontaneous with the theme of awakening. Like, oh my God, TL, I know what you're talking about. Now, I might be way far off in terms of details, but I think that the theme here should have some kind of resonance with you. And if we are close, if this makes sense to you, the way things are here in this reading, and you kind of have this like, oh gulp, oh God. Hold on, let me try to do this. It's like, let's say you like to have a little puff now and again, or you like to have a little beverage, or you're with friends and family who like to do that, and that's just how you were born and raised, and that's how everybody is, and you're starting to realize, oh my God, this isn't really me. This is not working for me. This is no wonder things are the way they are in my life. And I'm not saying this is a complete disaster, disaster movie. All I'm suggesting, this is about awakening. And what are we going to do now? And so, when I see the Seven of Swords, it makes me feel like it's just like, come on, Melanie, come on, we got to do this. Like, wake up. We got to do something, okay? Because you can't keep going like this. Well, you can if you want to, but it does not look healthy to me. As your reader, the first three cards do not look healthy. The story is not a healthy story. And we need to get you into optimal health, okay? Which is what you deserve. Love thyself is number one. Sometimes it's the hardest thing to do on this planet. Once you got that sorted out, which is the hardest thing to do, then you can move on to the next thing, which is being loving, and then, be loved. Oh, it's a formula. It's a really simple formula. It's so simple, but it's simple is not easy, okay? Now, anyway, with the Seven of Swords, it's like, let's say you wake up. The swords are very, very mental, very sharp, very acute, okay? Let's say you wake up and you think, oh my God, I know exactly what you're talking about, TL. It's this subtle thing. I've been trying to avoid it for a long time. Whatever it is, like, I know what you're talking about. This has to stop. It has to stop, or I have to unwind. I have to find a way out. With the Seven of Pentacles, it's like you really do have to find a way out. You have to get out of this. You have to very, very tactfully, very stealthily, very carefully start removing yourself from the toxicity. Okay? It's not easy. And it's up to you. That's your job. That's your responsibility. Unless you want to just keep going with the status quo the way it is. Okay? So, that's about all I can get out of this mini reading at the moment. So we're going to move on. All right? Thank you so much, Melanie. I hope this helped. I wish we could be here live right now, but I'm hoping I know you're going to see this down the road. Okay? If you show up on Sunday and you haven't seen it, I will point to this video, okay? So thank you very much. Wonderful. Ivona, good to see you. Alright, so I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. I hope I did everything I could to catch up and do the follow-ups. And now we're clear. Who knows, I might be back later in the week, and God willing, I'll be here on Sunday. Maybe I'll have to switch it. I was advised or recommended to consider trying to do everything on a Saturday night. I don't know how people would feel about that, because on a Sunday night is my preferred time, but I have very heavy commitments that start very early in the morning on Mondays now for the next 2 months. And it takes a huge toll on my body. And it's to do with my health care, so I have to put that first, and I'm sorry. And so it was actually Love Triber who mentioned it. Hey TL, why don't you consider switching to a Saturday night for now? You know, maybe for a couple of months. It's not the end of the world. And then when you're back in the zone again, maybe switch back to Sundays. So that's an idea. I thought I'd mention that on camera here live tonight while I'm doing this. Okay, I'm going to clear this up, and we're going to sign out and wrap up very quickly. I want people to see that I actually clear the decks in real time. So if you can, I keep forgetting, but you're supposed to do this. Thank you, Melanie. I'm trying to keep the channel going, and I keep forgetting that there's so many things that you have to do. If you're new to this, please subscribe. Please add as many likes as possible. Click the notification bell so that you can get notified when the next video comes up. And if you don't want to watch it, just click it off. Don't even, just ignore it. And that will help the channel tremendously, okay? Also, if anyone is out there is a multimillionaire and you want to make just pure raw donations to keep the channel going, I am highly receptive. There you go. So little things like that. So in the meantime, I'm going to duck out of here basically immediately.